What's up, everybody? This is Dominic here talking about today's General Hospital episode. Now, I know you guys haven't seen me in a long time, and there's a big, huge reason for that. I just wrapped up, well, for over the last couple of months, I've been performing in this play called The Odd Couple. Um, well, it's been in Memphis, Tennessee. I've been traveling back and forth there from my hometown because I originally live in Cordova. It's a town, a little town called, well, it's not really a little town, but called Cordova. It's like 40 minutes out from like Memphis, Tennessee. And I've been doing this play called The Odd Couple. Maybe you guys have heard of it. It's a Neil Simon play. I just wrapped that up. So that's what I've been like doing. That's what's taking up a lot of my time lately. I have been watching GH, but I really haven't had enough time to like do videos and whatnot because I've been with studying my script and going to rehearsals and also performances. We just wrapped up performances last week. We've been performing for the last 2 weeks, but anyway, for like the last month or so, since really the new year started, that's what I've really been doing. Cause I started rehearsals in December and all that, and we just wrapped up production last week. But anyway, so I have a little free time on my hands, so I do my next project, and I did get paid to do that, to do it too. So but anyway, but yeah, let's talk about today's General Hospital episode. Enough about my life, and enough about my life and why I haven't been doing many videos. But anyway, on to the task at hand. Let's talk about today's General Hospital episode. Before I do that, I'm gonna give you guys a little news. Um, well, casting news. So apparently, Kimberly McCullough is leaving GH again. She's apparently leaving again, and I knew this was gonna come. I knew it was coming. I mean, I'm not denying it. I knew it was coming. I actually got a little tidbit of news about it like a week or two ago. Well, maybe like 2 weeks ago. I got a little tidbit from like one of my sources. A little source I have. He told me that Kimberly McCullough was in fact leaving, and for what I understand, I think she's gonna do some more directing stuff. I think she may be. I've read something that maybe she may be doing directing some episodes of Grey's Anatomy, and she also may be. I think she's doing her first feature film. She's directing her first feature film. So, big ups to her. Congratulations to her. I mean, from what I also heard, she's not really gone for good. She will be coming back eventually. I mean, I heard like maybe in toward the spring or summertime she will be coming back. But anyway, we know they're not gonna kill the character off again. But anyway, yeah. So Kim McCullough is leaving as Robin, um, and also Rick Hurst, who played Rick Lansing, he's coming back. I'm happy to see him back. I was a fan of his when he was on the show. I was also a fan of his when he was on God and Light back in the day. I started watching like God and Light with my mom, like toward the very tail end. And also there's this chick I used to talk to. She was a big God and Light fan, so that's how I got into that show. But anyway, but yeah, um, now like I was a fan of Rick Hurst on that show, so it's gonna be good to see him come back as Rick Lansing. I hope he comes back and just take a switch to his daughter, cause I'm a little bit over Molly. I mean, I hope he comes back and just takes a switch to her. Anyway, never. I'm just kidding about that. But anyway, it is good to see Rick Hurst back on GH. But anyway, can't wait to see the scenes he had. I mean, his scenes with Sonny and all that. Can't wait to see all that, cause if you guys remember when Rick first left GH, I do think he and Sonny were kind of on good terms, but I can't wait. I can't wait till he comes back. And what I understand, he should be back February 24th. I think something like that. That's when we should first see him again. But anyway, but that's all the news I really have for right now. But yeah, let's talk about today's episode. Half of today's episode kind of annoyed me, and the other half kind of I liked. I liked most of the episode I liked, but certain portions of it kind of annoyed me. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on this whole mob stuff. I'm done with it. I mean, I was interested in it at first, but I've just gotten to the point where I could take it or leave it. I mean, it's bringing good drama with the whole with Sonny and Morgan and all that. And I like today, I predicted like Sonny scenes like he was basically sitting there conflicted and confused as to what he's gonna do with his son, what he's gonna do with Morgan, and whether or not he's gonna retaliate and attack Morgan and whatnot. And Olivia, I wasn't really here for Olivia today because she was being all nosy and whatnot and telling Sonny to calm down and sleep on it and whatnot. I'm like, Olivia, this isn't how the mob works. The mob works like this. Somebody does something to you, you do something to them back. That's basically how the mob works. You retaliate. She basically tells Sonny to go sleep on it and all that. And now you can tell Sonny is genuinely hurt that Morgan betrayed him like this again. Basically betrayed him again and whatnot. And I'm interested in seeing. I am interested in seeing what Sonny's gonna do with Morgan. I'm interested in seeing their scenes tomorrow. But anyway, Julian basically lost points on me today. He basically went and snitched on Duke Lavery and told Anna that Duke is basically working for Sonny. He's back in the mob. I'm like, Julian, you're a mob boss. Mob bosses hate snitches, and you basically went and ratted out Julian. Not ratted out Julian. He can't rat. Well, we know he's not gonna rat at himself, but you basically went and ratted out Duke. Basically, I mean, you lost some points on me right there. I mean, you lost basically some mob points on me right there. I mean, one thing in the mob is no snitching, and you basically went and snitched on Duke. So, Julian, you basically lost some points right there for me. But cause he's all mad that Duke basically beat him down, and Duke fucked him up. I mean, Duke basically he messed Julian up. But anyway, but yeah, and he's all basically all mad cause back in the day Duke ratted after Jerome. I wasn't even born then, so I can't tell you I know about that. But anyway, moving on from that. But anyway, what has happened on today's episode? I'm a big Sam fan. I'm a Sam McCall fan. Y'all know how from my videos. I know Kelly Monaco was like she's a gorgeous woman and whatnot. But I was a little over Sam today. Sam basically in all terms basically made me turn off my whole Sam liking and all that because Silas Clay, we all know Silas Clay got arrested today. While he was getting arrested, Rafe's little punk ass comes up and tries to ask Nathan why is he arresting him and all that. And basically tries to say he's going to go with him. I'm like, Rafe, there's nothing you can do about it. You're a fucking 15, 16, 17, however the hell old you are, year old boy. What the fuck can you do? I mean, how are you going to stop a cop from arresting somebody? Seriously. You're just a teenager. How the fuck are you going to stop a cop from arresting someone? But anyway, so not Julian, he's arrested and whatnot. Charles is arrested, and he keeps constantly telling Sam, "Go home to your son. Go home to Danny. I'm gonna be all right." And Sam just basically sitting there saying, I'm gonna stand. I'm standing here with you." Like, Sam, the dude is telling you to go home to your son, but yeah, you just basically all up his ass and whatnot. I'm like, Sam, can you for 1 second I can't tell you really the last time I flat out just saw Sam with Danny. I honestly cannot tell you the last time I saw Sam with Danny. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't tell you the last time I saw her with Danny. But anyway, but yeah, I'm like, Sam, he just basically keeps telling you to go home with your son, but you just sitting there under his ass and whatnot. But I will say this: Scott Baldwin and them all did tell tell Nathan that yeah, there's really not much evidence for them to hold Silas, but not even really to charge him with anything. But they can legally, like, they can't hold him for like 48 hours while they investigate. So I guess that's what they're doing. They're gonna hold him for like 48 hours or whatnot. But anyway, all that stuff with Lucy Cole and Scott and all that, you can tell Scott and Lucy both. I'm gonna quickly talk about all that. You can tell they basically want each other and whatnot. And Mac, I wasn't a big fan of Mac going and basically interfering with all this because Kevin's his best friend. Him basically interfering with all that, going and punching him in the face, basically punching Scott in the face. I'm like, dude, he can't. Mac, you're not the police commissioner anymore. You just basically somebody that works at a bar, bar and restaurant / bar. He can bring you up on charges for assault and all that. But anyway. And I do believe like Mac and Felicia really should just butt out of this whole Scott and Lucy stuff. Man, let them work that out. If Lucy want to be with Scott, let her be with Scott. But she, even though she is in love with Kevin, but she basically is confused. Whether she don't know if she want to be with Scott or Kevin. But anyway, it's good to see them. Those vets and all. It's good to see all of them. What else happened in today's episode? Oh, when I tell y'all I wanted TJ to knock the fuck out of Rafe, and just knock the fuck out of Rafe today. Rafe was basically sitting there whining and crying to Molly. Cause CJ and Molly entered Kelly's. Rafe basically sitting there pouting because Silas got arrested. He basically sitting there whining and crying to Molly, saying Silas is the only person I have. Um, what's gonna happen to me if Silas goes to jail and whatnot? Basically whining and crying. And TJ basically did say something that actually makes a lot of sense. He says Rafe's father was a murderer. Maybe Silas is a murderer. I'm not saying I think Silas did it, but I think I know where this shit's going. Because that doctor on Friday, that doctor on Friday was basically saying that somebody that looks just like Silas was filled out that prescription. They better not bring that vampire shit back up again, saying Stephen Clay was the one that did that, that killed his wife, killed Silas's wife, and all that. But I really like the fact that TJ Baskin brought that up, saying, let's just think about this. Rafe's father was a murderer. Maybe his uncle is too. And whatnot. And Rafe says, goes some saying shit like, what about Sean? What about, tell CJ, what about Sean? Didn't Sean kill your dad? And TJ basically said, yeah, it was an accident. Because we all know Sean can't shoot. He sucks at shoot. I don't know why he's a mob hitman. I never understood that shit. Why Sean's a mob hitman. But anyway, TJ basically says, yeah, it was an accident. And they were in the army and whatnot. And then Ray basically said something like, "Didn't Sean kill people for a living or something? Isn't Sean a murderer? Doesn't he kill people for a living?" You know, he basically said like at that warehouse or something like that. And TJ basically looked like, "How did you know about the warehouse?" And Ray basically tries to open change the subject. So TJ and Molly basically found out that Rafe was the one that, and TJ basically figured out. He was the first one to figure it out, that Rafe was the one that went to Anna and told her that he was at the warehouse. And I seriously want TJ to kick Rafe's ass, and I hope Molly slaps the shit out of him too for doing what he did, basically. Anyway, but yeah, I'm done with that Rafe character. I've been done with that Rafe character. They can basically take him off the show. If I got if we heard that the guy that plays Rafe was leaving the show, I wouldn't really mind. And this has nothing to do with the actor. I mean, the guy, he's an okay actor, you know. I mean, he's an okay actor, but I'm just not here for the character. But anyway, what is happening with today's episode? I think that's really pretty much most of today's episode. I pretty much covered everything. Can't wait for the Duke and Anna confrontation tomorrow. I can't wait to see that. But anyway, let me know how you guys feel about today's General Hospital episode. Leave me a comment below. But anyway, and I will say one other thing. I'm looking forward for this whole for February sweeps and all that. For what I've heard, read, and spoilers and all that, February sweeps is going to be hot, and it's going to be a lot of great things going to happen in February sweeps from what I hear. But anyway, leave me a comment below how you guys feel about today's episode. This is Dominic checking out. Peace, God bless, and I'm out.